Hello guys, how's it going? Excuse me. I just want to show you people make mistakes, like I said in my other video. And that's why with this MDF it's good to keep your sawdust. And that's some pretty fine stuff, but set my guide out to cut my to rip this board down, and like a dumbass I wasn't paying attention and I put the guard on this side, excluding this piece down here, and I started cutting, and within 5 to 6 inches in I realized, oh shit, I'm on the wrong side of the line. You know, that's about 1/8 of an inch, that cut line. So I use sawdust, and I could use wood glue to do it, but this glue, because that's basically all particle board is glue and sawdust compressed and completely squared out. It's good stuff to work with. But this stuff is pretty good stuff. It's called Star Bond. Tell you what, this camera blows some balls bad. Not even good at it. But anyway, this is thin. They have different thicknesses, viscosities, and this is the thin version. I really like it. It will last for a long time. This is actually CA glue. But it dries clear, and they use it for a lot of wood turning. It seals, strengthens, and glosses depending on what you're going to use it for. When I build my SMD meter for my car, I use this stuff. It worked phenomenally. Now the piece I did the other day, which I've already posted the video, the baffle here, fiberglass is nice. It is dry. I went back with some glass Bondo filler, and then I started smoothing it out. And again, I made another mistake because I'm using a 3/4 inch wood on the side here, on the inside of the box, to help stabilize the edge on top of these braces. It was kind of a last minute thing I threw in. Figured I had the scrap wood to do it, which is this here. But I don't know if I'm going to do it now. I have to think about it. Because I have to remove at least 3/4 of an inch here of the Bondo and filler I put down. Because I got it exactly measured right for the difference. And unfortunately, kind of came and bit me in the ass when I went overboard with fiberglass yesterday. On the bright hand, this stuff is pretty strong. I still got to go around the edges here because I got T-nuts I got to put in. So I got to mark and pre-drill the holes, place the T-nuts in, and then I'm going to fiberglass around the T-nuts, only where around it, but where the bolt can still get through the center. I could probably CA glue it in, but fiberglass is much stronger. But yeah, it's going pretty good. So I guess I'm going to start sanding some more on this, and y'all can sit here and watch me do it. By hand. See, some of these places you can tell where it's lighter here. This is where I didn't saturate it enough with the resin. A little bit here, but I kind of did that on purpose on close to the edge here, so I could still get through it when I drill it. And that T-nut's got to get those spikes through this as well. And I don't know how well it will do it. And it's fiberglass. I'm just kind of smoothing this out so it's got a nice smooth surface, and then I'm probably going to put some filler in it to smooth it out even more. And it's mainly for airflow. I mean, this is the sill section, but I want it to be, you know, smooth. It's more me. I guess I really don't need to. Again, you do your box the way you want to do yours. This is a small box compared to most that I've seen at Slamology, and you're talking about some big ass boxes. Another nice thing I've learned how to do is use these little razor blades here. You hold them flat, just like so. Works real well. Fuck. Anyhow, shit works pretty good for kind of scraping it out smoothly. Yeah, see, that's a nice bond right there with the fiberglass. Definitely around the post, very tight. And like I said, I'm going to do this. It's going to be hard to do this when it was inside the box because it's the upper part. When I put it in the box, I can work through the speaker holes here to do the bottoms here. Already got them pre-drilled. I know I got the measurements of where the screw goes. So when I go to assemble, I'm going to put wood glue on here, just like I did down here, and run a screw through it from the bottom. And this is actually the bottom piece I fucked up and cut. But anyway, let it set up and then fiberglass it. Just the same way I did it here. I really don't think I'm going to paint it or anything. At least not this portion. Can't see it. I think that'd be being a little too anal. But I will be painting the port section a gloss or semi-gloss white, and put some LED lights in it. Who doesn't like LED lights? But scraping it off works real well. I'm sorry, there's a lot more I could probably get on camera. I'm just, you know, I'm doing this basically by myself. I'm not a professional camera guy. I'm actually a gunsmith as a trade. I've been doing that for 14, 15 years now. But I have done car audio my whole life. Remember one of the cars I fiberglassed a 312s and 210s in a Ford Escort, and I had an old school kicker amp, zv-6 or something like that. Oh shit! It has the module on the side for your crossover, but the speakers I had were some junk ass Lanzars, but it beat the hell out of those Lanzars, and it sounded really great. On each side of the wheel well, had capacitors. You know, back then we didn't take pictures of your builds when we did it. You know, you're talking about 20 years for me, maybe longer. And unfortunately, I got drunk as fuck one night and decided to drive that car from my parents to my house and literally hit the fucking tree right in front of my house. Yeah. And just paid the vehicle off too, probably a month prior. That's the way life sucks. But you live and learn. I was mid-20s then. So that was a really amazing vehicle. I wish I still had it. I wouldn't have the system still in there. It would have something different, but for what it was nice. And then I also had a Blazer. with some two JL 1000 or 500 by 1s, a JL 300 by 4, and then two 6W, what were they? JL zv-6 12-inch. And you're talking about, wow. I also had some Alpine Type R's, had 412s, and ended up wiring those up to those two GL amps and that little Blazer. And the bass was amazing. It's because those GL amps they got a regulated power supply, and they're actually designed to work off their subs, which are 3 ohm, and dual 3 ohm. So very an odd configuration, but the circuitry in those amps are just the same as any other freaking amp. The only difference is how their consistent power supply is, kind of like Rockford with their consistent power supply with their the amps that they've been running for, I don't know, 10, 15 years now. The same amps that Steve Meade used in his original builds back in the day. But those constant power supplies with the amount of capacitors kept the voltage up, so you can run it and have some decent bass with those small amps. And the sound quality on those amps is amazing. The crossover network on them. But they're expensive. They're overrated. They're good, but they're expensive. I mean, that's just my opinion. Yeah, sundown amps are no different than any other Korean style board. But I'm not sure I've mentioned it before, but in my past videos I have worked on many amps. I've even worked on my sundown zv-6K from vibration damage in my old box. But I also changed the FETs in it. So I can run it at half or a quarter ohm on a daily setup. If you know what you're doing, in between box rides as well. But anyhow, I don't know who the hell's going to be watching this shit anyway and giving a fuck what I do. Oh no, my kids could be watching this later, or my grandchildren. Dad, you got a potty mouth. Yeah, what do you expect? I eat pussy with it. And if you know what comes out of pussy, then yeah, you got a potty mouth. But anyway, folks, it's late. Been up all day. I mean, not complaining. I'd rather get up and not get up at all. Still kicking my ass. Myself in the ass about this side. I really only got to do 2 sides. That's my original thing, but just to support the edge. So it was easier just to drop it in. But honestly, I can probably just make a couple small pieces for that. You know, I don't have to have a whole edge devoted for that. Mistakes you make, and then you live and learn. I mean, that's the way life is. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then you shouldn't be doing anything, I guess. But I gotta get a new SIM card. It only allows me to record about 15 minutes. Yeah, a little over 15 minutes. And I'm sorry about that. I got another one, and I'm using a Samsung camera, but the Samsung 250 gigabyte micro SSD card just don't want to fucking work with this piece of shit. So here I am, 15 minutes at a time. Again, like I said, I'm gonna try to learn how to fucking edit. I downloaded some software, so my son's supposed to help me with that. In that case, I can upload this to my computer, erase it, and then add more to it, and then edit it, and confine it back down to 15 minutes. Fast forward things that, you know, I do, whatnot. Anyhow, y'all get it. But anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Today's Thursday for me. Who knows what day it is for you when you're watching this. Peace out.